the DuPage County eviction process in 3-ish minutes. My name is Jason Taken, owner of Taken Law, and today we're just going to go over the eviction process in about 3 minutes. This is not a substitute for legal representation. However, we will go over the big steps, and if you have any questions about particulars or want to hire us, you can do that. So, the first thing you need to do is provide some type of notice to the tenant that you're going to be, or that you want them out of the property. Typically in Illinois, there's a 5-day, a 10-day, a 30-day. There may also be higher day notices depending on their stay if you're in the Chicago area. Whatever the reason that you're evicting, so if it's non-payment of rent, 5-day. If it's a lease violation or something else, 10-day. And then if they're on a month-to-month or you're not renewing their long-term lease, you can do a 30-day. And then Chicago's got some stipulations for longer-term residencies. After that notice period has expired and they have not complied with the notice, that's your legal predicate to go ahead and get a complaint filed with your circuit court, along with any documents, affidavits, or supporting information that'll help the court decide if an eviction is appropriate. After you get a court-stamped copy of that paperwork back, you can send it out for service of process. Depending on the county you're in, you can use, our firm uses a sheriff for the first attempt always, but there are some exclusions in the law for not using a sheriff. You should speak to a local attorney. You can ask us or look up the law yourself. On your first court date, if you had successful service, hopefully the defendant showed up. If not, you may get an additional date to give them a chance to come in or give them a chance to respond with an answer or something like that. There might also be settlement negotiations that occur between that first and second date. If you did not get successful service, the court will give you another chance to do that with a special process server, but you do have to ask for that on motion from the court. Second court date comes. Depending on what happened on the first court date, the case will either move along or you'll be set for a prove-up or trial date, depending on the defendant's posture in the case. There might also be continuing settlement discussions or, cash for keys, things like that. So depending on what's going on in the case will determine what happens at that second court date. If a third date's needed, this may be the trial date, this may be the prove-up date, or more settlement stuff, depending on what's going on with the defendant and yours discussion about this. If you do have to go to trial, which happens sometimes, you're going to have to prove by a preponderance of the evidence that the eviction is necessary, you've met all the requirements to evict, and the defendant has not complied with those requirements. If you win, the judge will grant an eviction order, which you then send to the sheriff to proceed with the eviction. That is the basic outline of the eviction process in Illinois, and specifically DuPage County. If you have any other questions, you can go ahead and reach out to us. Call the number. It's a 24/7 receptionist that'll answer, or you can submit the details of your case at the IllinoisEvictionAttorney.com, and we will get back to you with next steps.